Hey everybody, welcome back to the Paranormal Rush Hour. I'm your host Ryan Rush, and I've got some more paranormal for you guys today. This one is a really cool encounter, and I talked to the guy, actually talked to him, who had experienced this, and it was wild. Like just listening to it, I could visualize it and kind of see everything that was going on in my imagination, and it still unnerved me a little bit listening to it. It was crazy, but it's really cool, and he was gracious enough to write it up in an email for me so I could share it with you guys. And he also sent me some images to go along with it, which I will attach to the end of the video. So before I get started, I want to remind everybody that I'm going to be on Bigfoot Odyssey again on the 27th at 8 o'clock Central Time. And I'll be on there with my friend Mike Patterson from Sasquatch, Ontario. And I'm anticipating a really cool show with him, so I hope everybody can join us. And if not, you'll be able to watch it later, so no worries there. Anyway, alright, this is a little bit lengthy, but it's really good. Okay, hey Ryan, I have a dogman experience to share. I was on our hunting land in East Tennessee spending a weekend with 4 of my friends. I went to start getting our cabin ready for the upcoming season, and my friends and I were just having fun drinking a few beers and cooking out. The first night we were there, my friend Brody, who was staying on the living room area couch, wakes me up at 1 a.m. saying something was trying to get in the door. I'll go ahead and stop for a second and tell you guys. There's a little bit of foul language in the story, but it kind of, was just the way it went down. And I told him to write it out, anyway. So I'm just warning you guys in case you have some kids that you don't want to hear this. Not anything real bad, but there's a couple little cuss words in it. Just wanted you guys to know, so you're not surprised. So anyway, the first night we were there, my friend Brody, who was staying on the living room area couch, wakes me up at 1 a.m. saying something was trying to get in the door. It kind of rattled me thinking that we had a potential intruder, so I grabbed my .357 and headed down toward the door. As soon as I got near it, I had a really bad feeling, then heard a loud scrape on the door, immediately followed by a couple loud footsteps. And that was it. We waited up for about an hour, and when everything seemed okay, we went back to bed. The next day we got up and went out, and in the door there was 4 massive gouges in the wooden door. The whole day we all wondered what it was that did that. Then that night we decided to stay up and see if it happened again. All 4 of us were in the living area, and at about midnight we hear the doorknob rattle like someone was trying to turn it. We all looked at each other, and then our friend Johnny decided to go up to the loft where he had been staying and try to see what it was out of the window, which is directly above the door. He went up there and we heard him say, "Oh shit," pretty enthusiastically. Whatever was rattling the knob stopped, and we heard the same scrape sound that we heard the night before. I said, "It's him again," and without thinking, I opened the door. Johnny yelled at me, "No!" But it was too late. Fortunately, it had already taken off, and nothing was there. Johnny said, "Man, I swear to you, there was a werewolf on the porch when I looked. Our friend Jay said, "What the hell are you talking about, man?" And Johnny said, "It was a damn werewolf." Since I am the type of person that watches shows like yours, I was already thinking Dogman. So we went out with our lights and looked around on the ground. And in the mud left by the hour of rain from earlier in the evening, there was sure enough a dog-looking type of print. We went back in quick, but none of us were going to sleep that night, so I started informing them on what a dogman is. They had no idea it was even a thing people talked about. Once daylight broke, we went back outside and got a better look at the print, which I will attach a picture of. There was also another set of scrapes on the door, which nobody thought to take pictures of. We were freaked out and decided to go ahead and take off. So we packed up the car and headed out. On our way out, we were not even a mile down the road, which is a rural Tennessee one-lane road. And there he was, standing on the side of the road with no intention of moving, like someone who was waiting on us to drive up so he could chat or something. Jay was driving and slowed down out of panic-induced confusion, to ask us what to do. I was next to him in the passenger seat, on the same side as the dog man. I told him to just stop for a second. We stopped, and the dog man stared us down for about half a minute, then charged toward the car on all fours. Stopped around 10 feet in front of the hood, stood up, and showed us his huge teeth, then darted to the other side and into the woods in a matter of about 2 seconds. He was so fast. I yelled, "Go!" and Jay floored it. We got back to town safely. This happened around a year ago, and I have not been back since. The land and cabin is currently for sale. Both of your channels are some of my favorites, and that's why I sent this to you to share. I can't bring myself to go back there. I just felt like when he did that on the road, he was showing us who the big dog, pun intended, around there was. And yes, as far as I'm concerned, he can have it. Thank you, Ryan. Cheers, Rob. That was crazy. I've never heard of a story where a dog man charged the car and stopped. I mean, it had to be a display of dominance. That's all I can think of. But anyway, these prints, he told me he forgot to add them in the story, but I did ask him if they measured them or anything, and he said they didn't. They didn't even have anything to measure them with. He said except for size comparison to their feet, which he said looked about, he said he wears a size 11, and it was about half that size, so about 6.5 inches, or I don't know, 5.5 inches. Math's not my strong point, but anyway. So I'm going to attach these pictures, though. I really wanted to share this story with you guys, and I'm going to tell you, this guy, he told me he never thought he'd see one of these ever, because and he said he was always open to them being real, but he never thought he'd actually see a dog man face to face. And that's not something any of us ever actually think we're going to see, because, you know, it's one of those things that you hear a lot of stuff about, and you just don't see a lot of evidence about them, though. Not as much as you do like Sasquatch and UFOs, other things like that. So, anyway, I was really glad, though, that he shared this, because it was the first time anyone's ever sent me a dogman encounter, I think. So, anyway, I really appreciate that, Rob. So anyway, I'm going to attach these pictures to the end of the episode, and you guys can check them out there. And if you have any mail, any paranormal for me, any encounters, stories, whatever, anything you want me to share for you guys, please send it to me at paranormalrushhour@gmail.com, and I'll check it out. So, I guess that's about it. Don't forget about Bigfoot Odyssey the 27th at 8 o'clock Central Time. Me and Mike Patterson will be on there talking about crazy stuff. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. There'll be a lot more of this and full-length episodes coming up really soon. I've got interviews and everything lined up, scheduled, coming up, everything. It's going to be going on. So anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. And Everybody stay safe.